Welcome to the July garden tour. My name is Diane, and my garden is located in northeast Pennsylvania, Ordinance Growing Zone 7A. Right now it is 97 degrees outside, and tomorrow is expected to go up to 102, and Friday will be 101. I just decided to come out to get this garden tour over to show what's going on in the garden in early July. So let's take a look around. I do want to say that it has been a very interesting late spring, early summer in terms of the weather conditions. Lots of rain at times, a bit of drought, dry times. So we're dealing with a lot of changes going on here. So over in this bed, I have a couple of cucumber plants. It's the Diva cucumber, and it's getting really beat up. I do have to do some spraying and pruning. Hopefully, I can get that done sooner rather than later. Also, in this bed, I have the Burpee's Better Neck, no, the Burpee's Butternut Squash, couple of runner beans, and something has been digging up stuff that I've planted. I did see a chipmunk out here doing its best. Damages. So I'm going to spray some peppermint oil around the area to see if that can deter that chipmunk. Now over in this bed, so around bed, I have some bush beans. I did harvest some yesterday. This is about ready to be harvested. And I have two Scotch bonnet peppers that are starting to put on fruit. Not many fruit, but it has started to put on fruit. I just hope it doesn't get affected by the high temperature. Here I have my 3 pots with my potatoes that I am waiting for it to die back so I can harvest. It has already flowered, so I'm just waiting for it to die back. And look, cucumber beetle. I'm going to take care of that real soon. Let's take a look at the main pepper bed. Uh, this bed, I have quite a few plants in here. Here's my celosia. So in here I have 3 escamilla pepper plants. They're starting to put on some flowers. Basil that's going to seed. I'm going to let some of these basils actually go to seed to so the pollinator can have that. Then I have 2 big red bell peppers over here, and all the way over there in this row I have the Roya pepper as well. Another basil, and I know the heat is not going to be beneficial to the basil plants because the heat will certainly send it bolting. 2 Lisa peppers. This is the Lisa, that one over there is a Lisa, and further over there is the Cali Wonder pepper. Moving right along in this bed as well, we have a couple of sweet red peppers, and then further over there I have the Carmen peppers. I think I have 2 of the Carmen over there, and then I have 2 Ajversky over here, and another basil. All right, let's turn around and take a look at the sweet potato bed. So on the back half of this bed, I put out some sweet potato slips. They are growing, and I am trying to have them go up on, different trellis, because let's face it, I don't have the space for them to sprawl all over. So I'm trying to work them every day to put them up on the trellis. Still under cover, I have some collards and some kale and some beets. I did harvest some of these late last week, so looks like it's getting ready to be ready for harvesting again. But something that is really affecting most of my plants and eating stuff is those earwigs and pill bugs. Ooh. All right, let's move along. Sweating out here. So in the background, I have the yarrow. It's blooming. It's beautiful. Spreading out. And the lupine is finished. I have to cut off those stems. Not sure if I'm going to save those seeds. All right. Over here I have the bee balm. That's on its way out. But the bees are still finding pollen in that. Opening up is the calendula. And in the front here, I have some sweet peas. Finally putting on some blooms. And of course, aphids are all over the sweet peas. But I'm going to give it a chance to see if the ladybugs will come in and take care of that problem for me. Here are some of the sweet pea flowers on this side. I've been waiting quite a while to see those blooms. And in this bed are my 3 tomato plants. These are Roma tomatoes. I just put a trim on them yesterday. Some of my volunteer dill. All the dill and fennel in my garden this year are volunteers. In this bed over here, we have the spaghetti squash that is already showing powdery mildew. I wasn't expecting powdery mildew this fast in the season, this early in the season. So I'm going to have to come out and trim those off and spray with hydrogen peroxide. Also in this bed, I have the buttercup squash. Quite a few of them have came out, but I don't think they were pollinated. But I'm not too concerned about that, because it's a vigorous plant and it will put out more fruits. In this pot, I have 2 types of mint. I have the chocolate mint and the what's this other one from last year? Spearmint. So I have the chocolate mint that I put in this year, and the spearmints from last year. The 5 pots with my raspberry shortcakes. Nothing has started blooming as yet, but I'm trying to keep them watered. I have as well my container with carrots, and these carrots looks like they need to be harvested. Let's take a look. You can see the shoulders of those carrots. If it wasn't so hot, I would come out and harvest, but I'm gonna have to leave that for another time. I have the lemon balm in this pot. There's a jalapeno plant in this pot. It has started putting out some fruits already. And in this bed is the better neck squash. As you can see, there's one down there that looks like it's developing. I have 6 eggplants in this bed. I think that may have been too many eggplants in this bed, but there are 6 eggplants in here. It's the purple long eggplant as well as the ping tong eggplants. Another jalapeno megatron. So I only have 2 jalapeno plants this year. Another to see, started putting on fruits. Jalapeno megatron. I'm considering covering these with some shade cloth to protect them from the excessive heat. Another Scotch bonnet pepper. That's the one I started from seed. More celosia. And of course the other day, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I came out and found a rabbit in this bed. This bed is 17 inches off the ground. Don't know how it got in there. Was trying to make a nest, so I had to put some chicken wire around to keep the rabbit out. More dill that's flowering. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, here are my 5 bags with some more sweet potatoes. And oh, before we do that, here is the nasturtium. This is a volunteer. It's looking beat up, getting too hot for nasturtium. So I have the purple Stokes sweet potato as well as a white sweet potato, and I am also putting these up on the trellis. Like I said, I don't have the room for sprawling sweet potato vines. Here's my green stock, my one and only green stock that I purchased last year and finally put it together this year. I have some Tiny Tim tomato, some strawberries, and some orange hat tomatoes, as well as a zucchini plant. What else do I have in here? Oh, I have a bush bean and some parsley. Of course, I had to put protection around it from the rabbit. Coleus that I started from seed. And this is another nasturtium that's also a volunteer. It volunteered in this sweet potato bag from last year. I didn't have the heart to remove it, so I just planted the sweet potato slips around it. Couple more pots over here. It's some thyme. Another pot with carrots. Some green onions. Some blueberry. This one is jelly beans. This one is pink icing. And in this pot I have some thyme and some parsley. Now moving over to this pot. So some more bush beans in this pot. They have sprouted. And this needs to be harvested. Take it off. I'm going to take off some of the older leaves on this. Hopefully I'll be able to harvest some leaves once I've pruned. I have a dahlia in this pot, and it looks like a volunteer holy basil coming up. Another dahlia in this other pot. And I forgot to show you my holy basil pot. This pot with the holy basil are all volunteer. I think I planted holy basil 2 or 3 years ago, and it volunteer comes back every year. I find them all over the garden. I leave them where I can, and for places that I don't need them, I just pull them out. But yeah, this is something else that I think I don't ever have to plant again. So that's it for the garden tour. It's hot. and sticky. So I am going to wrap it up here, and I'll bring you small updates throughout the month. So thank you for joining me here today to see what's going on in the garden in early July.